Hello everyone, it's Ranger at 64. Welcome back to another League of Legends lore reading video. Today, we will be reading Pantheon's short story, For Those Who Have Fallen. When I land the ruins of Mir Mazed, it does not feel as if I have leapt celestial magic burning my path across the sky, but as if I have fallen. I am, after all, only a man. Around me, on the swirling dunes, a cohort of Rahork fights, Solari warriors far from the temples of Mount Targon. They have marched with 50 spears 3 weeks into the desert, a distance I have crossed in moments, to investigate a power that grows even as their own wanes. Here, the sun they worship is so constant. It is as if the shadows of the past are still burned into the desert, their outline all that remains of an emperor long lost. Buildings now covered in dunes. A sun once meant to rise men into the heavens, now dulled the fallen to the earth. Shurima was born and died here. It was in Iramazeth that the first ascended were created, and to defend Shurima against any threat. For those that outlived the Empire were driven mad by long centuries of conflict, becoming darkened and laying waste to the world before being contained. But, as I well know, some abominations birthed by Shuriman Herbriths lives on. The sound of metal rings in my ear as a spear whips past my helm, then another, and another. The ringing rises up into a full battle cry as the Rahork unleash their might, yet as steel fills the sky, a blast of magic tears through the spears' path, carving a swath of destruction through the ruins. Once the dust clears, I see it. The reason I have come. A creature looms, burning and broken like the empire it would rule. It is unlike any ascendant I have ever seen. A shattered god that has claimed this fallen city and would see it rise again. But once, it too was a man. I will remind it what that means. To draw breath in the face of destruction. I will remind them all. The God Warrior! One of the Rahoraks cries. We cannot defeat it! Let me show you how a god dies! I bellow in response, and I charge towards the creature, raising my spear. It is with their power that the spear glows, the power of gods, the power of the stars. My muscles strain to bear the strange weight of magic. As the creature unleashes another blast from within its shattered form, my spear is not burned away as the Rahorks were, but instead burns with its own light. It strikes like a comet at the ascendant, casting it to the earth and its blast into the heavens. Before me, only feet from the rent it open by the creature's blast, the Rahorak cradles the body of a fallen warrior. Her own arm has been scorched by magic, where she shot to shield him from the attack. You are an aspect, she says, though in her eyes I can see the desperation. She is pleading. begging me to say yes, so that I can save her. So that I can save her, friend. All around, the Rahorak lies broken, along with their will to fight. I do not answer as the spear is called back to my hand by the magic she so craves. Its return, an echo of my own thrust. The Ascended has left no blood upon its tip, only sand. It possesses no flesh other than magic and stone. I want to tell her my name, that I am Atreus, that I too was once a Rahorak, looking to the skies for the power to save me. But that man is dead. He died on Targon's peak, alongside his brother, Hylas, slain by the Pantheon, and by his own failures. And no matter how hard I try, I can bring neither Atreus nor Hylas back. Even the god is gone, its constellation torn from the heavens. Instead, I turn to face the creature once more. You must fight, I tell the Rahorak simply. You must all fight! Around us, the ruined city burns as the Ascendant's magic refuses to fade. I run over sand, fuses into glass. Each new blast of magic shaking the whole world until it feels like the earth itself must fall apart. That only the heavens will remain, but I refuse to give up. I see a Bastille abandoned on the ground. The Rahorak rises their shields against the breeze cast from falling buildings, disappearing into dust. Fight! You must all fight! I yell louder, my voice carrying more of the gods' authority than I would like. And then I am upon it, my spear slashing into the Ascended, cutting across the broken stone. It boasts instead of its face. This close, its blasts crash into my shield, pushing me backwards. I slash again, my spear trailing magic, and again I raise my shield only just in time to deflect the Ascendance's wrath. My feet are digging into the dirt. I struggle to hold the blast at bay as the magic beats into me with the Ascendance's will, made only stronger by its cruelty and rage. I push against it, snarling, and power lances off the shield widely in every direction, cutting through the ruins, the sky, and through the Rahorak still cowering beneath both. My hands begin to shake, and it is not the warriors, but to myself that I growl against lungs gasping for breath. Fight! The creature's eyes narrow. It knows. The earth beneath me can no longer hold. My strength can no longer hold. As I fall back to earth, the magic in my spear dies, and the helm clatters from my coughing face. I split butt into the dirt, and struggling to raise my head. But all I can see of Niramazeth is that one Rahorak warrior framed by smoke and chaos as she looks back at me into eyes only revealed, and for the first time sees something other than an aspect. The man who cradled Hylas as snow formed from his dying breath. I wonder if she recognizes the stars and my destiny tattooed upon my chest, the scar that cuts through them. It is no longer pleading that shows in her eyes, as I see the light grow in her face, the creature gathering power for one more blast. Though her arm was ruined, and though her friend lies still, she picks up her shield and begins stumbling towards me, as an invincible and determined as death. What is your name? I cough through ragged breaths. and still the light grows brighter. Zeus, she says firmly as she stands beside me and turns her shield to face the blast. The runes fill with impossible brightness that promises to burn every away until it does, and only darkness is left. There is no more power, no more aspect. Where a Zeus once stood, there is nothing, only my memory. But still, I can heal and I can feel the pain in my scars, throbbing with pain, reminding me that I am alive, and of every moment that brought me here. My brother in arms, Pylus, telling me to stop getting blood on his victory. The barbarian raid, each of us near death, collapsing on Targon's pinnacle peak. The Darken's blade cutting through death to awaken me again. And brains wheat clinging to the mountain. The mud on my hands as I put it down the plow and picked up my spear. All of that would be nothing without a woman taking up her shield, knowing that she would not survive, but that she would fight. For a power, her sacrifice, so much greater than that of the stars, so much greater than mine, and the weapons of the aspect that have kept me safe. It will not be in vain. As I struggle to my feet, broken, I see the shadow of the Rahorak emerging from cover, eclipsing the sun disk cradle behind me at the center of the ruins. I rise with them, not as a god, not as the aspect, but as a man. I, Pantheon, all who have fallen, earning me another moment. All who have lived and all who have died facing a moment of truth, where they must decide why they fight, who they loved, and what they truly are. What are the gods before this courage? They are nothing. Esos! I yelled into the ruins, through my ribs digging into my lungs. Esos! The Rahoraks call back. They too stand amidst the rubble. They shadow looming all the larger as the Ascended gathers its magic again. And though I am broken, and though the god is dead, I feel the power ignite once more in my spear. As the plume of my helm bursts alight, it is calling me to battle. As the Rahoraks cast their spears once more. And for one moment, a star lost with the constellation of war gleams brighter than the sun. And for the constellation's name, and for the star's name, her name was Esos.